Just about an hour, Renee. And how long would you wait in line to get a speaking role in this movie? Well, there is a woman here that has been waiting in line since midnight, she told me. Now, first off, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm from Adair, Iowa, Louise Arter.
And you're first in line and it was well worth it?
Yes, yes.
Now, since midnight, why so early?
Well, somebody told me that the parking lot would be full, and since I had to come that far, and I couldn't sleep anyway, you know, I thought, why not? I'm a farmer's wife. I am a good candidate, I think.
And anything special planned to secure a part?
I think perhaps maybe in the crowd scene for the state fair, you know, and that type thing. Maybe a women's society group or whatever.
All right, the best of luck. And you two are trying out too. Anything special from you two?
No, not really. Just any kids' parts. I've been freezing since 4 o'clock this morning.
Well, good luck to you as well. Since midnight, since 4, and also well before 6 a.m. There's still plenty of room for more people. They anticipate more than 2,000 people will audition for 17 speaking roles. And there, of course, if you don't get the shot now, there will be another audition later for the extra roles, Renee. So you still have your second chance coming up.
Scott, I got a question for you. You're pretty handy, obviously, in front of the camera. You going to try for anything?
Actually, I don't think so, because I would now be probably way out in West Des Moines. It's the way the line looks right now, so I don't think I would have stayed in line for that. Thanks anyway.
I think for a few dollars, though, Scott, someone might let you cut the line there.
A few dollars? I'm not so sure. It's so cold out here. I don't know how the attitudes are going to be in about in an hour.
Not everybody is chipper as they were when they first got out there, right?
Exactly, you bet. But it is a lot of fun, and these folks definitely do have a shot, just like anybody else does.
We wish everybody a lot of luck. Thanks, Scott.
Now, the key I've learned as I've been talking to some of these folks in line is that be yourself. Some actors that have done this before say that the producers mainly want people who are themselves, that aren't trying to act, that are just having a lot of fun out here. And I think that's probably the key to the success for anybody who wants one of those 17 speaking parts. Now, again, for this part, here's another chance. Later this month, the producers will be back in town, and they will be looking for extras, about 100 to 200 extras. And you know, this past weekend, some of these folks already had their cars selected for now the double whammy to get your car and your face both in this movie, Renee. But there's still room for one more, and this goes today and tomorrow until 5 o'clock here at Roosevelt High School.
All right, thanks very much, Scott.
Doors opened bright and early this morning at Roosevelt High School as local casting began for The Bridges. Producers are looking for 17 Iowans for paid speaking roles. They're also searching for between 100 and 200 people for non-speaking extras in the film. TV8's Dana Carden joins us live from Roosevelt High, where tryouts have been going on since about 8 this morning. Now, Dana, still a lot of people standing in line.
Oh, Mike, a lot of people standing in line. I don't know if you can see it, but the front of the line is way up there. There are a couple hundred people before you even get to the school, and there are about 400 more inside the school. And look way back there where the end of the line is. You can hardly see it. Someone actually was out here and didn't have much else to do. They counted them. They counted about 1,100 people. And since 8 o'clock this morning, a lot of people have been cycling through here. Now, at 8 o'clock, when the doors first opened, you should have seen the rush of people trying to get inside to be the first to impress the casting producer of the movie, The Bridges of Madison County. Once they get inside, they're standing in line, and then once they get up to the table, they fill out a casting call sheet, and then the lucky ones get to go inside and actually talk to the casting manager to see if they can impress him, and he asks them a couple questions. It takes about a minute, and then they're out the door. So we have people coming here from all over the state, from Omaha, from Iowa City, from Rhinebeck, and a lot of people from central Iowa as well, too. In fact, let's talk to someone here. So you want to be an actress, huh?
Yeah.
Well, what brings you out here today? Why do you think you can get your big shot at the big screen?
I'm cute, ain't I?
Well, sure. Do you think you can impress the people who are making the decisions?
Sure.
Do you have anything planned out to do? Any lines, any songs?
Might do a few cartwheels. How's that?
That'll work. Actually,
on fire, maybe?
well, setting your hair on fire, Michael Jackson already did that. Actually, spirits out here pretty well. The folks here probably showed up. What time did you guys get here?
About 9.
About 9 o'clock, so they've been here 9, 10, 11, 12. So they've been here for a while, and chances are some of these people may not get in because the casting call is supposed to end at 5 o'clock. But maybe they'll be kind-hearted and see these folks anyway. We do have some information to put up on the screen if you're wanting to come out here and join the crowd of people. Tryouts for the speaking parts are today and tomorrow this week. It's all happening, of course, here at Roosevelt High School cafeteria. And that's from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And these are the only people casting directors are looking for: boys and girls ages 7 to 16, men and women 30 to 50, and seniors more than 60 years old. You don't have to actually be that age. You just have to look that age, or in some cases act that age, I guess. So,
That's me.
But remember, this is just for those 17 speaking parts. They're not casting the extras today. So everyone here is actually being interviewed for speaking parts. The casting call for the extras, as Wendol Jarvis, the head film guru of Iowa, tells me, that will actually happen a little bit later on.
Hundreds are coming from across the heartland to try and be part of the story that touched their hearts.
This woman taking advantage of every last second to make sure she's familiar with the script. Good evening. Jim has the night off. I'm turning out in Spotlight.
With an hour left to go, casting directors are calling the first day a success. More than 2,000 aspiring actresses waited in line to audition. The average wait was 6 hours, 4 in the line outside, and nearly 2 hours once they made it through the doors. As News Center 13's Phil Scott reports, for some it was worth the wait. For others, it was probably a waste of time.
The line starts here and well before dawn. This woman drove 60 miles last night.
Came at midnight, sitting in my car. I'm a farmer, too.
That rural Iowa appeal could work for her, but there's a lot of that here. Even these competing would-be actors are warming up to each other.
A little small, but not bad.
Yeah, that's just right.
The line's growing fast, and the auditions are still a couple hours away. Time enough for this Omaha woman to see how this story ends. She just checked it out from the library yesterday.
The passion. The story is great.
The passion?
Romantic.
Wow. So you want to stir up a little bit of that passion? Is that the deal?
I wouldn't mind being around it.
2 guesses at who this guy's passionate about. He's hoping that out of all these people, one of the 17 speaking parts for extras will be his. It could be the first step to the big time.
Impress enough people that I could get another, and maybe another, and maybe I'll have Clint's job someday. That'd be cool.
People are nervous, so we thought we would try to do a little bit of an early audition, help people run a few lines. And Jody Masters, you're going to play the part of Francesca, and I'll read a line. I'll be Robert Kincaid, okay?
Okay.
I'm out here on assignment for National Geographic. You familiar with the magazine?
Yes.
Well, that was good. Time to find out if it's good enough. Time to take the long walk down the hall to destiny and put those hopes on paper.
Want me to pen? Yeah.
The only question they're not answering here is, what if they pick me? The answer, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. In Des Moines, Phil Scott, News Center 13.
Hundreds of people left today knowing they will audition again in a few weeks.
We caught up with 3 generations of women from one Des Moines family that came to the tryouts on a whim, and 2 of them got callbacks.
I would love to be down there in Winterset and watch it being produced. I'd be happy being an extra. That'd be fun.
Seeing your face on the screen.
Possibly. I think we all feel that way, don't we, at some time in our life?
And he just asked questions like how old I was and if I would consider doing the part, and I said I would, and he said if I was available, and he asked if I would mind if I missed school because there'd be a tutor there.
Actually, I came as moral support for the 2 of them. I wasn't going to try out, but I thought as long as I'd stood in line this long, I might as well. And I also thought it'd be a great story to tell my grandkids when I get older.
Now, even now, there are hundreds of people still waiting in line for that 1-minute interview to start them.
News Center 13's Mary Mills joins us live from Roosevelt High School. Mary, the doors close at 6, right?
Actually, yes, they extended it, and the doors now close at 6, and we have hundreds of people here in the Roosevelt cafeteria still waiting for their shot at stardom. Now, we've been calling this the Lines of Roosevelt High, and we have some video to share with you from earlier today. It's incredible. Hundreds, if not thousands of people standing outside waiting for their shot at fame and fortune. Many here for hours, getting up with the sun for this morning and passing the time in any number of ways. And again, people still here, still hoping to have their shot at fame and fortune. And you folks say you arrived what time? 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Early before 8.
Yeah.
How have you been passing the time? You've been here numerous hours now.
Well, we've met a lot of new friends, and we played cards, shared a lot of food, and lots of people have run to Quick Trip and back. And
I imagine it's worth it. What are you hoping comes of this, and what brought you out?
Just for the excitement of it, something different. I thought it'd be an experience for Kayla.
All right, you're both trying out then.
Yep.
Okay, good luck to all of you. And again, they will be closing the doors here at 6. And if you missed your chance today, you have one more shot tomorrow. They will have another casting call, and the hours are 8 until 5 o'clock. And we'll have much more on this tonight at 6.
All right, Mary Mills reporting live. Thanks. Well, believe it or not, this major motion picture is looking for a new director, and star Clint Eastwood may pick up the reins himself. The acclaimed director of Driving Miss Daisy, Bruce Beresford, will not direct the Bridges of Madison County. News Center 13 has learned he dropped out of the project. Now, the film is still scheduled for shooting this month. The release was supposed to be next spring, but the lack of a director may change that. We also have learned that Jessica Lange, the lead of Francesca, will keep you posted on all of that here on Live at 5.
Hundreds waited in line for hours today for a 1-minute chance to chat with casting director. We'll check in with John.
She admits she may not have the formal training, but it's the natural talent that counts.
I think I have a lot of qualifications. I could drive a tractor. I could do most anything. You know, I help with the hogs, you know, and I could be at the fair. I could be in the Women's Society group, play bridge with the ladies in the picture, whatever.
For those with visions of stardom in their eyes, your chance on the big screen isn't over yet. Producers will be searching for about 200 additional extras, and that could be your big break. At Roosevelt High School, Scott Smith, Channel 5 News.
News Center 13's Mary Mills watched as aspiring actors took their shot today. She joins us now from Roosevelt High, Mary.
Well, John, I'm told that the interviews taking place behind me are just about ready to wrap for the day. Now, the response has been overwhelming. We don't have any official numbers, but we hear that there were 1,100 people here at 2 o'clock, some waiting 9 to 10 hours and still leaving without an interview. It's 1:45 and aspiring actress Trina Spur joins the end of the line. With several hundred people in front of her, she's prepared for a long wait.
It's talking about in creating your vision, and I hope that my vision is right up there, meeting Mr. Eastwood.
Others hoping to be discovered play Game Boy, crochet, or even catch a snooze. Anything to pass the time.
I brought my soda. Let's see what else. Some beauty essentials.
This banker by day wore his lucky Daffy Duck tie. Smart move. It is a Warner Brothers movie.
I don't know. Anything that works, I guess.
It's now 2:15 and our aspiring heroine makes some progress. Ahead of her, we find Topper going for leading dog.
Give us your best bark.
He'll give you a kiss. You give me a kiss?
Kissy.
Aww. Nearby, some young entrepreneurs sell lots of lemonade, but not too many goes.
Because I think that it makes your teeth black, and they don't really want their teeth black for an audition.
Now, we're told it takes about 4 to 5 hours to get to this point, so once you're here, you probably think you're in, but that's not the case, is it?
No.
How much longer?
I don't know, we've heard maybe 2 hours.
It's now 2:45. Here's the end of the line. Let's zip ahead and see where Trina is.
Maybe 100 yards, but at least 8 pages and a lot of good conversation. We're almost reaching the pavement.
Now, I don't think Trina made it in, but she says she will be back tomorrow with hundreds of others.
And at least you got on television. Right?
That's right. See?
Okay, thanks, Mary.
That's incredible.
Sometime during the fair, some rain showers. Well, the beautiful flowers enjoy the rain, but folks who are setting up trying to dodge the bullet and
could be their big chance to be in the glare of bright lights and to be on movie screens everywhere. It was tryout day for 17 speaking parts for the movie The Bridges of Madison County. On Iowa reporter Dana Carden says the lines were as big as the hopes.
Well, I'm just out here to try my hand at acting.
They heard the call, the casting call that is.
Speaking role would be nice, but yeah, I'll take anything.
And they came to reach for stardom.
We're Francesca wannabes. We thought if we're going to do this, let's go for the gold.
They came by the hundreds to try out for just 17 speaking roles to be in the movie The Bridges of Madison County.
Well, I'll take anything.
Some came dressed for the part.
No, these are really mine. I wear them around the house.
Most just came hoping someday they could be a star alongside Clint Eastwood.
This has made my day.
And the line of actor wannabes stretched, and it stretched.
Can you see the front of the line from here?
Just barely. They look like ants.
Really?
They look like ants up there, don't they, kids?
Yeah.
And as they waited, they stood, and they sat, and they played cards, and they even danced. But mostly, they just waited.
And after spending hours patiently waiting in line, these would-be movie stars finally make it to the front door. And once inside, they find another long line.
And finally, hours later, when they got to the front of the long line, they would step inside a private room to see the casting director.
You sit on a couch.
No casting couches, that's what they said.
He would ask a few questions.
He asked us why we wanted to be in the movie.
Well, I went in there and he asked what my actual age was.
You don't have to be nervous about it. It's just a couple questions, nothing really big.
And a minute or two later, it was all over. Except for the hundreds of people still in line. Don't call us. We'll call you, they'll say, if you're lucky enough to be the next star in the movie, The Bridges of Madison County.
I probably have as good a chance as everybody else in this line.
Dana Carden, TV8 News with an eye on Iowa.
Well, there's still one more chance if you'd like to try out for the movie. Casting will take place at Roosevelt High School again tomorrow from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. And once again, they're looking for boys and girls ages 7 to 16, men and women 30 to 50, and those more than 60 years old. Casting call line for the Bridges movie. We'll have some late reaction.
Plus an early look at the house and the bridge to be featured in the movie Martin Augustine with a night. Well, when the bit parts are filled and filming finally begins, the focus will be on a Madison County farmhouse and a bridge. Here's where they are. Film crews will be doing their work at a house in northeast Madison County on a gravel road just east of County Road G14. The bridge chosen for the movie is 12 miles west of Winterset, a half-mile north of Highway 92. TV8's Martin Augustine takes us to both on the night beat from Madison County.
Shrubbery is greening up the old house filmmakers will use for the Bridges of Madison County. The drab house sits 150 yards off the road, a guard keeping sightseers out if the no trespassing signs and police tape don't. The activity along this lonely road just an inkling of the anticipation for the movie. Contrast that with the lonely iron bridge that will soon be remodeled to fit the movie script.
From here to here, it's about 4 miles.
An ever-growing number of tourists receive a helping hand to find the true covered bridges. Visitors from Brazil, Japan, and Korea signing in, along with Clyde Eastman of New Mexico, all drawn here by the same thing.
I read The Bridges of Madison County.
The film, based on the now famous book, is the hot topic in Winterset.
I think that's really neat. I'd like to be in it.
Rumors it was in town, I think it was Sunday, night. So, and everybody's like, well, wow, I didn't get to see him.
So it's pretty obvious that there's already lots of interest in this part of the state, thanks to Robert Waller's novel. But the Madison County Chamber of Commerce believes that if there's already lots of people coming here because of the book, just wait until the film comes out, which should sell even more videotapes, T-shirts, and copies of that best-selling novel and continue to enrich a once sleepy part of Iowa.
What's happening to Madison County is happening to the entire state, and we're all pretty excited about it.
But just as the yet-to-be-remodeled movie bridge sits in a sleepy valley, some people are content to ignore the talk of Hollywood and movie stars.
Go in the card bar and play cards, that's about all I'm doing. I haven't heard any of it in there.
That will probably change as more people visit the fabled area, hoping for a glimpse of what's happening behind the now locked gates of the Bridges of Madison County. Martin Augustine, TV8 News, Winterset.
Well, word has it that filming of Bridges will begin in mid-September, but we still don't even know who will play opposite Clint Eastwood in the role of Francesca.
Little guy among the throngs of people caught up in movie madness at Roosevelt High. Rich and famous. It's the dream of a lifetime, I guess.
Oh, it's a chance to see your mug on the silver screen, to have a role in the Bridges of Madison County. Hundreds of would-be movie stars turned out by the droves for a casting call at Roosevelt High School today. Estimates put the crowd at about 2,000 strong, with many waiting 8, 9, even 10 hours for a 1-minute interview. At stake, roughly 200 roles, 17 of them with brief speaking parts. Of course, the response has been so overwhelming. So many people turned out that the casting director extended the interviews well past 5 p.m. deadline.
News Center 13's Mary Mills standing by live at Roosevelt. Mary, people are already there for tomorrow?
Believe it or not, yes, John. This is Kay Stanley and Diane Flores, and they're camping out. They're bound and determined to be the first ones in line. They're actually here to secure a spot for Diane's 8-year-old son who wants to be a movie star. And when you see what this place was like earlier today, you'll understand why they wanted to get a head start.
They began lining up at the crack of dawn, lured by the bright lights of Tinseltown.
Do you like the sober Jim or the smiling happy Jim?
When the doors opened, the masses moved in. These Hollywood types would get 1 minute to convince the casting director they ought to be in pictures.
It was her idea for the hat, and I just loved the outfit.
Yeah.
The only problem
we wanted
was
something
my
to show
buttons
off the red curls.
As the day progressed, the line didn't get any shorter, but many came prepared. This woman found the wait perfect for reading that book.
I don't know anything about it other than the first 36 pages I've read in the last hour, I guess.
She would have plenty of time to finish. At 5, 6, even 7 o'clock, the cafeteria was still filled with people.
A resume, and of course, lots of patience. You will be in for a long wait. John and Lori.
Okay, thanks very much. Mary Mills reporting for us. Those extras may end up even closer to Clint Eastwood than they'd even hoped. The original Bridges director dropping out.
That's right, and rumor has it that Eastwood may take his place in the big chair. It was released today that Bruce Beresford won't direct the Iowa movie. The man famous for driving Miss Daisy has apparently dropped out of the project. The filming schedule hasn't changed. The shooting still is scheduled to start this month. The Bridges of Madison County was set for release next spring, but with no director named, that date could change. We'll keep you posted. And one final tidbit from Hollywood insiders that works for our friends on K-Life. The word in Tinseltown is that Jessica Lange is the odds-on favorite for the role of Francesca.